Hello everyone. I hope you guys are having a good day. I have been working for the last 3 or 4 days on building up my stash of embellishments and ephemera, and so I thought I would just turn the camera on and show you guys what I've been doing. Some of the things that I worked on this weekend, I'm not going to show right at the moment because I have a challenge that's coming up on my channel, and I will be talking about that this week. But I wanted to make some of these spool cards, and so I looked up a tutorial on YouTube and I found a few different ones, but the one I liked the most was I think it's Septeria 18. I think that's how you pronounce it. Her name is Sandy, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to link her tutorials below. There's 2 different ones that I watched, and I didn't use the same measurements as she did. I adjusted it for my measurements, but you can go by hers. When she did the mason jars, she did them completely different, and she even made like the ticket or the tag, the mason jar tag, and then a pocket to put it in. So it was really, really cute. So I'm going to link those tutorials below, but I'm going to show you what I've been doing. And I got out a bunch of my scrap paper, and because I'm trying to use up some of my scrap paper, and that's part of the challenge coming up. And so I just made a bunch of these with my envelope punch board, and I'm going to show you how I did it and the measurements that I'm using. Now, if you don't have the punch board, you can always print off a template from online and then just trace them and cut them out yourself. But these are very, very simple, and I think they're so pretty, and they'd be really pretty in a basket in your craft room. Just put all your lace and trim and ribbon and things on. You can also use these in Happy Mail, and you can put different trims, or you can put washi tape, whatever you'd like, and then just send that out in Happy Mail. So I used a bunch of this different wallpaper print up that I really liked, and I've got a lot more that's in the pinks and neutrals that I'm going to do. But what I decided to do, I was all over the place. I had so many ideas that I was just trying to experiment. These are just heavyweight index cards, and they're the blank. They don't have the lines. They have been coffee dyed, if you can see that. And so what I'm going to do with these, I punched a bunch out, and I'm actually going to decoupage napkins on these. So I'm going to get all my floral napkins out and decoupage on top of those, and then you'll have a nice journaling card just to pop in your journals. So that is those. And then what I did was I took this 6x6 Prima paper, and Prima is really nice cardstock, and this is not double-sided, so on this side you can write. And so I grabbed this and I took a bunch of the papers out, and I've already cut a bunch up, and I decided to turn the camera on. But what I'm doing is I'm cutting these. They're already 6x6, so I am just cutting them 3 inches. And so you have 2 pieces that are 3 inches, like that. So I have a bunch of these made up, and I think these are perfect. These are these will go really good in my shabby chic journals. They're already decorated, and you can always decorate them up more. Like this one is just kind of plain, so you could really decorate these. But what I'm going to do is show you how I'm making my mason jars. And like I said, she had a tutorial for the mason jars and for the spool tags, but I didn't have the same punch board, and her numbers were a little different, so I just adjusted it. And I wanted to use up my 6x6 paper, and I love this paper line, and I thought these would be perfect for little tags. So I will show you what I was doing. If you have this punch board, it'll be easier for you to follow along because of all the different marks. Like I said, hers were marked different, so I wasn't really sure what she was looking at. She kept saying the 1, and mine doesn't even have a 1. The 1 inch actually starts here, and then you go up. So I'm not sure what she was how hers is set up or whatever, but the principle's still the same. So for the mason jars, what I did was I just laid it, let's see, all the way to where the end of this paper went to the very end of the circle there, the actual punch itself, and I just punched. And see how you get this little notch out of there? And then I'm just going to turn it over and do the same thing. Put that right there and punch. Okay, so now you're just going to take your scissors and just cut this straight up like that. Okay, and now you have your top, if you can see that. And then what I did on the envelope punch board, when you turn it around, you've got, on this side I've got the corner rounder, and then this has a corner slit. And so on this end, you can use the corner rounder just to round. But when I turned to use it this way, of course I couldn't get it in there. So I just used a corner rounder and just rounded the top. Now you don't have to round the top. You can leave it. You can decorate the top, put like some twine or something, which is probably what I'll do around here. Just tie some twine and then tighten a little bow, and you've got a cute little journaling card there. And it's already decorated up, so you can just, you know, have a stash of them, pick them up, put them right in your journals. And so let's do one that's not so bright. We'll do one more here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm hoping I'm explaining this right. I'm still suffering with headaches, but I am trying to push through it. So again, we're going to lay our paper where the edge is all the way to the end of your punch, and just punch it, turn it over. Just make sure whatever guide you're using, just use the same on both sides so it's even. You can pick, you know, you can even go lower if you want. I didn't like the longer, like, lid, you know, the lip of the lid. So and even that's kind of, I guess, a little long, but I'm going to decorate them, and I'm going to put twine around mine, so it'll be really cute. And then you just corner round, and you don't have to corner round. I know she used another piece of paper to kind of top it off. You can use washi tape. There's all different kinds of things that you can do with these. But I just thought that was cute, and I'm going to make a bunch up, and then I'll have them ready for my journals. And then this one here was the same thing, but I cut the bottom off to make it shorter to see if I liked, you know, that size better. So you can always cut them down. I was just trying to use all of my paper, and so when you cut them into two pieces, all you're losing is the little pieces you cut out. So but if you wanted them shorter, you could definitely just cut them off and then just embellish them. So that's what I'm working on today. The spools, I've already made a bunch of these up, and I did, these are index cards like I told you, so these are 3x5, so that's what I cut this paper out, was 3x5. So I just used the same size, and let me see if I can find one real quick, and I'll just show you what I did. Okay, so like I said, depending on your punch board and what the numbers look like, they might be different. But mine right here has a 1/2 inch mark. And so I just line that up with a 1/2 inch and punch. Turn it over, line it up again, and punch. And you're going to do that on this side also. And I'm having trouble with mine. And this is new. I've only used it like 3 times, but it's, can you see the little phrase? I'm having to cut those off. I don't know. Of course, this is going to be cut off anyway, but I don't know why it's doing that. Then you're just going to cut straight up like that. And you can even curve in a little bit if you wanted to give it just a little bit of a curve. Okay, and there it is. And then all you're going to do is corn around it. And I'm just using the punch board because I really like the size of the corner that it leaves. So you're just going to round your edges, and then you'll just decorate it however you want. So there is your spool. Easy peasy, guys. And you can make so many things with the punch board. It is just amazing. And I can't even remember who I was talking to about this, and they said, you know, look up a tutorial, and it, you know, there's tutorials all over the place, and there was. So I cannot remember who told me that, but thank you. When I remember, I will message you, because I cannot remember who it was that told me that. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing, just making up a bunch of mason jars and spools. And one thing I'm wanting to do is dress forms, and I guess I'm going to have to get a template and just download it and just trace around it and cut it out. Well, that's another thing that I'd like to have, is the dress forms. So anyway, this is just a short video, just let you know what I'm doing today, and just giving you a heads up that I'm going to have a challenge coming up, so be watching for that this week. I hope you guys are crafting and having a great day. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Bye.